Am I audible now, guys? I hope it will be audible now. Sorry for the technical issue. Is it audible? Yeah, thank you. So, should I start from the first? You haven't heard anything, right? Sorry for the interruption. It's some technical issue. Okay, we'll start now. Once again. And today is day 18. And I welcome you all. And regarding the project, if you are willing to do the project, you have to register it. Actually, a link will be circulating. I hope it is now in chat box. So we told, right, there is a 10-day time for completing the project. So before that, you have to actually register it, and the last date for registering this will be 21/4/2023, which is this Friday. Okay, so before this Friday, you have to decide the title, and you want to create one abstract of what you are going to do, and you have to upload it and register it. Those who are registered only are allowed for submitting the project, and they will be considered for prize money. Okay, and only students are eligible for submitting or participating in project, and students from Tamil Nadu college only are eligible to apply for this project hackathon. Okay, so you have 5 days time. Please think, and you can do it in a team or individual also. Please try to give your title. So project should be unique. It is based on Python, and there is no limit for you guys. You can do with Python any innovative or useful projects which is unique. You can try it. Okay, we have covered many basic topics along with how to use many libraries, right? So you can see some new library and use it for future purpose, or you can use the existing one and do steps. Okay, so you have 5 days time. It should be in Python. Okay, whatever it may be, you can do with Python. There are many domains, right? Regarding it will be image processing or machine learning, data science, web app creation, whatever may be, using Flask or Django. It's your wish, you can do, but it should be unique. Okay, so please make sure you complete it before this date. Just register it. Once you are registered, you will be having, we will be completing the class by 19th. Okay, from 20 to 30 there will be 10 days time to complete the project. So please make use of it, and it's mandatory. Once again, I'll tell you, the link is available. Please register it if you are willing to do. And starting with machine learning, so we are going to see about machine learning in today's class, the basics, and in tomorrow we will be seeing some project. Okay, so we'll walk through this. We already did some half of the things for machine learning. Okay, we have seen pre-processing with pandas. Okay, we have seen visualization. Now we are going to use it to create. Okay, so there are further few more steps for machine learning. We'll see about that. So starting with machine learning, once you want to go into machine learning, you want to understand the hierarchy, whether it may be AI or machine learning or deep learning. So all these are collective terms, but what do they mean? What is the difference? Yes, you can do the project in a group. And regarding the artificial intelligence, what is artificial intelligence? It is the ability, it is an idea, to create the machine to imitate the human intelligence, to think and act like that. And what is a machine learning? It is a part of artificial intelligence. To achieve artificial intelligence, we are using machine learning as a tool. So in machine learning, we use algorithms to get data, to learn from the data and do some answers or give prediction. Okay. And inside of machine learning, a part will be a deep learning. So in machine learning, we will be using algorithms. For the same task, we are going to use neural networks, which is designed to mimic the human brain in that way. So that will come under deep learning. This is what the hierarchy. And moving into artificial intelligence, as I told you, it is a branch of computer science, building smart and intelligent machines. Okay, regarding the third assignment, the link will also be posted in between today's session. Make sure you are filling that also. Please update the assignment. Okay, so regarding AI, it refers to simulation of human intelligence. Like human intelligence such as visual perception. How can we achieve it? We can achieve it with OpenCV, image processing. Speech recognition, we have done it, right? Decision making will be comes under machine learning part. And language translation also we have done. So all these things refer to AI. It is the aim to achieve it. There are intelligent machines like Alexa, okay, whatever the AI may be, it can, like ChatGPT are there, right? So they can think and make decisions, can do new things. Regarding NM code, it is Naan Mudhalvan code. Some students have it. If you have, you can fill it. It is not mandatory. Okay. If you leave it empty, you won't be getting any issue there. It will get submitted. So regarding machine learning, now we go into machine learning. It is a subfield of artificial intelligence, focus on development of algorithms and statistical models that allow computer to learn from and make decisions without explicitly programmed to do so. Okay, so machine learning require large amount of data to learn from and make accurate predictions. So machine learning is widely used in various industries including finance, healthcare, marketing and e-commerce, and also tasks for like image recognition. Natural language processing is for our language understanding, okay, human speech and anomaly detection. So these will be the most application of machine learning. Translation, medical diagnosis, stock market trading, okay, virtual assistant we have done, right? We can do it. What we have done is we have created a virtual assistant, but it is predefined. So we have created some conditional statement. If this word is in that statement, you have to do this. If this word is in this statement, you have to do this. This is what we have done. It is not AI. It is like it is a predefined one. Whatever you say, it will do only if you predefine the code. Otherwise, it is going to give you nothing. But here, if you use natural language processing and train the model, it can think, like it can act like it can think, and it will give you answers. Okay, like chatting with ChatGPT you can do, right, in that manner. And self-driving cars using OpenCV recommendations, all these things are comes under applications of machine learning. And as I told you earlier, deep learning is a part, but similarly, but here instead of algorithms, you'll be using neural networks. And here the main advantage of deep learning is you don't want to extract, okay, and give it separately. In machine learning, we'll be doing something known as feature engineering, but it is not required in deep learning. It can learn on its own. So this is what like simple representation of a neural network is. There will be many neurons and it is interconnected to get the output. So in deep learning, if I give images of apple, okay, and orange, it will try to, like if I give 1000 images of apple and 1000 images of orange, it will try to analyze this, okay. So it is going to study and analyze, okay, this is in round shape and it is in red color, so it can be apple. And here, if it is orange color and if it is round, then it can be orange, okay. Or like you can find the superhero based on their outfit, okay. If you train with the image, it is going to analyze, and then when you give a new image, it try to predict with the past data, tell it is the apple or orange, okay. And the asymmetry update link is available in chat box. Please try to update it. Now we will focus into machine learning alone. Okay, we have seen the introduction. We will go deep into machine learning. So in machine learning, we will be giving the past data and process and analyze with the help of pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, and then give it to the model. So model will do prediction. So what is the type of machine learning? So when you come to machine learning, there are three types. One is supervised machine learning, another one is unsupervised machine learning, and another one is reinforcement machine learning. So these three terms important. We'll be focusing on these two, supervised and unsupervised learning. See here, in supervised machine learning, we use labeled training data. Remember this word labeled training data, I'll tell you what it is. When it's unsupervised learning, we'll use unlabeled data. So this is labeled data, this is unlabeled data. And what is a reinforcement learning? It is based on a feedback mechanism, okay? So based on the feedback, it will improvise. When you go into supervised machine learning, okay, what is supervised machine learning? As I told you earlier, it uses labeled data. The supervised machine learning uses labeled data to train the machine learning model. And this supervised has two types. One will be regression and another one will be classification, two types. In previous classes, we have loaded some data set, right? For example, we have loaded diabetes data set, heart data set, and then placement data set. Remember, Titanic data set, Iris data set. In all these data set, we had an outcome column, okay, which means we will be having features, and finally we are having something known as outcome. If it is in the name outcome, or like the meaning outcome is, with those features, you will be predicting whether diabetes is present or absent. So there is particular answer for it. Okay, there is particular answer for it. So this will comes under labeled data and it is known as supervised learning, and it has two types, regression and classification. We'll discuss that later about what is regression and classification. Okay, and the data, it already know the output, it just want to map either this or that or between this value. Okay, and the applications will be these ones. And regarding algorithms, this is available in one particular library. We'll discuss that in further slides regarding scikit-learn. And there are certain algorithms and some statistical things behind it, you have to know it. Some of the supervised machine learning algorithms are linear regression, logistic regression, support vector machine, decision tree. These are tree based, random forest classifier, regressor, naive bayes. Okay, then moving into unsupervised learning, we haven't seen about any of this data set. Okay, but I'll tell you, here there is no output for you to match. Okay, you cannot determine this or that, or this can be the output. So it is like no label for you. There will be some columns, but you want to find some relation between them so that you can find a cluster. Okay, you can separate them. For example, if I am having a data set of belonging to a mall, okay, so in that mall, they are having some data set based on the customer, their, like how much they are earning, how much they are spending, their spending score. So with that, for example, I tell you, we can classify them into three categories. So one person is earning a lot and spending a lot, so they comes under one category, you can group them. And another category, they are earning a lot but spending less, so you can group them. So in such way you are grouping them, so that if you have a new customer, you can like make them, okay, you can predict in which he belong to. Okay, so based on that, you can offer further, like based on each group you can offer them different offers. So that's what the idea behind unsupervised learning. We don't have any label. And some of the algorithms are clustering type algorithms like k-means and hierarchical. Next will be reinforcement learning. It uses to train a machine to take suitable action and maximize its reward. So for every good, like every success, we will be giving some reward. Okay, and if it does wrong, we are going to give some negative feedback, so it will keep on learning and improvise. Something like robotics and self-driving cars, or in games, they'll use reinforcement learning. So now we'll move into what are the steps in machine learning. So actually we have seen the introduction and the types. So if you are going to do machine learning, what is the actual step by step how you are going to do? So we'll start with, the first step is load the data set. So machine learning is like you have to load the data set and the machine will learn on it, right? So regarding loading the data set, for that you have to know how to download or how to search data set, how to create a data set, all these terms. Once you get the data set, once you collect it, you can load it, right? Tell me guys in chat, how will we load a data set if it is in CSV file format? Which library we will be using? Tell guys, which library we will be using to load a data set? We will be using pandas, right? We have done it before, right? Using pandas, using read underscore CSV. We will be doing that, right? Yes, correct, pandas. Okay, so with pandas we can load the data set. So once we load it, as I told you earlier, these data sets are very important. Each and every value will determine the output, and if any wrong thing there, it can alter the prediction, right? So in such way, you have to do the pre-processing, and we have know about how to handle the null value and all those things, right? And here in this class we are going to see some more features like how you can do pre-processing stuff. Once you done the pre-processing, you have to select the feature, which means, for example, I tell you, you are having a data set and it is like a medical history and it is predicting the patient has some disease or not. Okay, and in the column you can find one column which is patient ID. It is nothing but the ID of the patient. It is just random number. Okay, like based on the order they are giving some number. Will that have any value for you to determine the outcome? Like, will that decide whether the patient have any disease or not? It is not important, right? It is like unnecessary in that place. You shouldn't directly pass it. Okay, in that case, you want to select which all features I am going to give to the machine. So in simple terms, I'll tell you, in machine learning what we'll do, we'll be having data set and we'll be having some questions and answers. The question will be the features. So if these are the features, the answer is yes or no, or this can be the value. It comes under regression problem. So in simple terms, this is one. Okay, so you want to select what are the important questions. You cannot directly give this. Patient ID has nothing to do with that, so it has no use. In that case, you don't want to pass that. Okay. So once we done the feature training, we'll be going into some known as train test split. We'll discuss that later. So we'll start with loading the data set. Before going to loading, we have to collect the data set, which means data collection. I already told you, right? This website Kaggle. Have you guys tried to download the data set? So our last assignment also is based on the data set, right? You have to load a data set and do the process, right? So I hope you have done. So in Kaggle you can create an account and search for data set. For example, if you are planning to do some project, so if I wish I want to do some fashion prediction, okay, fashion recommendation I want to do. If I think like that, then I want to go and search whether some data set is already available, because in this open source we cannot create, it is difficult. You can create with web scraping and all, you cannot manually create one by one. Okay, so you can search for some commonly available data set in these things. First will be Kaggle. Once you go into Kaggle, you can search for any data set you want and you can get it and download it. You want to create an account, okay? So there are some other things known as UCR machine learning repository and Google dataset search. So in these websites, you can actually go and search for some data sets, whatever you wish. Okay, I'll go and search diabetes. So it is going to give me what are the available data sets here. Okay, worldwide. And similarly, UCR machine learning repository is there. Okay, this is from California University. You can download datasets here. You can search and download this. Okay, you can search it here and download. See here, many datasets are available. And some other more are also there. You can search and download the dataset. So once you collect your dataset, there comes the next part, pre-processing. Okay, you have to load with pandas, and for pre-processing, we can do some with pandas, and mainly we are going to see something new library today, which is scikit-learn. Okay, this is scikit-learn. Scikit-learn, also known as SKLEARN in short form, is a popular open source machine learning library in Python which provides a wide range of tools for data analysis, model creation, evaluation, and so on. So this scikit-learn is built upon NumPy, SciPy, okay, scientific Python, and then Matplotlib, and support integration with pandas, which makes it easy for use in data science workflows. So SKLEARN is widely used in the data science community for various applications such as predictive modeling, natural language processing, computer vision, and so on. So in SKLEARN, we are going to see four things. First one will be the pre-processing tools which we will be using now, and then train test split. I'll explain you what it is, why we are doing it. Next will be choosing the algorithm, and next will be model evaluation. So how to evaluate the model. Once you know all these things, you can actually go into project. You can do it on your own. So if you want to use scikit-learn, you have to install it with command pip install scikit-learn. Clear? Once you install it, from this is the word to import. Okay, from sklearn import, and whatever the module or package you are calling can be imported from here. From sklearn, we cannot import this sklearn totally because it is very big, and we'll be loading whatever the necessary thing only. Okay, from sklearn import the necessary things. So first we'll see some pre-processing tools here. I'm going to tell you about scaling and encoding. Two concepts. In scaling, we have standard scalar, minimum maximum scalar. Okay. So if you can't submit your assignment, I think it's better to save your assignment. Okay, copy the code, save it in document format, either doc or PDF, and then try to attach it. It will be fine. Okay. So we'll start with scaling. In scaling, we have standard scalar and minimum maximum scalar, and in encoding, I'll tell you what those things and why we are doing it. So what is a standard scalar? So imagine when you are having in your data set, you are having many numerical terms and each will be in different format, right? So what happens is, if you give that directly to the machine learning, it is going to give some weight on one particular thing, okay? So to avoid it, you want to avoid it. So for that, we are going to do standard scalar. Okay, it will scale the value with a mean value of 0 and standard deviation of 1. So that's what the idea behind this standard scalar is. So to use this, you can go with from SKLEARN.preprocessing. In that, import standard scalar. So this is a class, you want to create an object for it. So it will be, okay, so your assignment post will be approved today, okay, by today. So once it approved, please try to fill that form. Okay. So once you create an object, you can go and use it. And here what we are going to do is, we are going to use the option fit underscore transform. And you want to pass the data which you are going to transform. So what is this fit transform? Fitting is like it will learn and analyze the data you are giving. Okay, since we are going to scale it, it will analyze, and transform option will actually transform the value and give you some new set of values, which is the transformed one. Okay, so we are going to do it. Let me open Google Colab. And I'll use the iris dataset which I have used yesterday. Okay, so first I'll import Seaborn as SNS. So from that I'll take that iris dataset. You can load your dataset directly. I can just, for example, I'm showing some dataset with SNS. Iris equal to SNS dot load underscore dataset. I'll pass this iris dot head. Okay, so these are the column names and these are all the values, right? So I'm going to scale these values now. And before scaling, I want to decide, okay, these 4 are the features and this will be the outcome. So based on these features, I'm going to decide the species is, we have seen, right, totally there are 3 species available. So based on these details, the final prediction will be which species is that based on these details. So these are our important features and I'm going to do scaling here. So before going, okay, I want to do the feature selection. In X I'm going to call, okay, in iris dataset, okay, I want to drop the species column alone here. Since it is a column wise action, I want to pass axis as 1, right? So in X now it don't have the species column, and in Y will be the answer. Iris, I want to pass this species column alone. X and Y. So now X has all these 4 columns. Now I'll tell you how to do scaling. From SKLEARN.preprocessing, import standard scalar. Once you import it, you have to create an object for it. Scale is equal to standard scalar. In scale, I'm going to use the option dot fit. Okay, you can fit it and then transform it. I'm going to do with fit underscore transform in one single step. I'll pass X. Okay, I'm going to transform this. I'll see here, this is the transformed one. See here, I got in a different scale. Okay, it is trying to scale the values in same order. You can store it in X again, so that in X now you have the scaled value. Okay, I can convert it into a data frame also. X equal to, I'll import pandas first. Import pandas as PD. X equal to PD dot data frame. This is an option to convert anything into a data frame. So I'll pass X again. So now it will be back into a table format. X dot head. See here, all those values are now scaled. Similarly, there is another option also. So if you want to do the scaling on your own between some range, you can give it with the help of minimum maximum scalar. It is, the name itself suggests you want to pass the minimum and maximum range so that it can scale upon it. It's same, you can pass and fit and transform the data. When you are creating the object, you have to pass the feature range. And next concept will be label encoding. So what is this label encoding and why we need it? When you go for machine learning, for example, your dataset is having text data here. So if you want to do statistical things, you want to convert all the text into numerical format, it will be very fast and easy. And regarding the species column, see here, I am having this setosa, there are 3 things, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to encode it. What is an encoding means? Converting it. Okay, you can convert this text into numerical format. How I'll do? What are the unique values present there? Iris dot in that species column dot value underscore counts. So these three things are there, right? So now I am going to encode them with, like for example, I will give 0 to setosa, wherever setosa is there will be 0 replaced. And for versicolor, I am going to give 1, okay, and virginica I am going to give 2. So that these things can be done. If you have some other data set, okay, for example, like in some other data set we have the gender, right, male or female, you can give 0 and 1 for them. So if you are going to use that as a feature, you want to convert it into a numerical format, okay. So for that we cannot do it manually, we can go with label encoder from SKLEARN. So what this label encoder will do, it is same from pre-processing. You can import label encoder, you can create an object, and you can fit transform. So whatever you are passing will be encoded, okay. So I'll go and do it. So in why we have this, right? So regarding the project title, you have to decide it. Okay, you have 5 days time. You can decide any idea. You can search the internet and find which can be good idea. You can find it. It should be unique, not an available one. You can find some modifications and try. Once you got some spark, you can go and register it. Okay, give some title on your own. Create an abstract, sample abstract, and then upload it. Fill the form. Okay, we'll go with label encoding now. Encoder equal to label encoder. Okay, I have created an object for it. Now I am going to use it. Okay, so we'll try to encode the y value now. Y is this column, right? You can pass a single column alone. So now what I am going to do, y equal to encoder dot fit underscore transform. The due date for registration is this Friday, 21st. Okay. See here, I got an array with 0, 1 and 2. So what is the 0? It's the first one. Setosa, wherever setosa is, it's converted into 0. It is encoded. Okay, the next one is converted into 1 and then 2. Now you can append it with the data set and use it. So this is what label encoding is. And this label encoder will give you, like if you have 4 different things, it is going to give you 0, 1, 2, 3. If you have 5, it is going to give you 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in that manner. If you have 10, it will go from 0 till 9. It will assign 1 for each and it will map it and replace it. Okay. And regarding, there is another encoder which is ONEHOT encoder, which is like encoding in binary format. Okay, zeros and ones only. So if you have 3 things, how this is going to encode? So that's what the question is, right? So we'll try to do it. It is going to create differently. I'll show you how it is doing. Is it audible? Am I audible? I got someone saying not audible. Am I audible, guys? So, ONEHOT encoder from SKLEARN.preprocessing import hot encoder. Okay, we have created an object. It is the same step. Okay. So in y, what I am going to do, let me pass encoder dot fit underscore transform y. I'll pass it. Okay, so y is now we have changed it, right? Let me get the y back, or we'll pass that column itself from the dataset. Since we have already converted it, it is telling error. And now what I'm going to do, I'll call iris in that species column. Okay, again we got error. Species column alone, I'll pass it. I hope it will be fine now. Yes. So I'll print y. Okay, so I got something like this. So I'll convert this into an array first. Okay, dot to array. You can directly convert them into an array. And now you can understand. If I run this, see here, I got 3. Okay, in each I got 3, 1, 1, 0, 0. So what this means? So if this is 1, which means it is setosa. Okay. So in the first 50, I will be having this 1, 0, 0, which means this one is available. 0 means it is not. And then you will be having 0, 1, 0. Okay. It has encoded in binary format in this manner. If you are having 3 things, it is doing like this. And finally, we will be having 0, 0, 1. So you can convert this into a data frame and append it and do further processing. It is based on the requirement. Okay. This is what ONEHOT encoding is. This encoder will give you numerical format. This will convert in binary format, zeros and ones. Now going into train test split part. Okay. So there are some other pre-processing also. We haven't covered the entire thing. So for time being, we are going with these 2 things. These are most commonly done. Okay. So regarding train test split, so you have to pre-process the data. You have to check for null value. Okay. You have to check for duplicate, you have to scale it if necessary, you have to encode it if necessary, select the features X and Y. X will be the questions or the features for the machine to learn, Y will be the output which you want to predict. Okay, so now coming into train test split, it is from SKLEARN, you can get it from model underscore selection, import train test split. Okay, so in this, what is this train test split is? So the idea behind this is, for example, if you are having 1000 rows, okay, I can set some test size, which means if I set it to 0.2, which means 20%, so what will happen is 800 rows along with answer, which means the training will happen on 800 rows with the question and answer. With X and Y, 800 rows will be given to the machine to learn and give the prediction. Okay, it will learn. And regarding the testing part, what I will be doing is the remaining 200 I have, right? In that 200, what I will be doing, I will be giving that to the machine. I will give only the X. I will be having the original Y, but I will be giving the X and ask the machine to predict that X. So for 200, the machine will give answer. And that answer I will be evaluating with the original answer. I have the original Y, right? The machine predicted Y and the original Y. I will compare both and give like what is the score for this model, whether it is 90% or very low or very high, very accurate. So based on it, I have to change the process or change the model to get improvement. Okay, clear? So it will randomly take. You have to fill this test underscore size. So based on it, if it is 0.2 or 0.3, it will take 20 or 30%. Okay, and here we are creating 4 variables for X and Y. We have to create two. The first will be X training part. I told you, right? Training questions. X test will be the answers for the training. X test. Sorry, this is the testing questions. Y will be the answers, right? Y train will be the answers for this X train. And Y test will be the answers or the output for this X test. And you have to call this train test split module if you pass X and Y and set this test size and random state for random. If you give this, it is going to give you separately in these 4 variables which you can further process for model. Okay, this is the final step before going into a machine learning model. After that, we will be going into the algorithm, choosing that and passing this x train with y train. So the question x and y, the training part will be giving the machine to learn, and then we will give this x test to the machine to predict. Based on the prediction from machine, we will compare with y test and give the score, which will come into the accuracy prediction. So now I'll import train test split from SKLEARN dot model underscore selection, import train test split. Okay. So now we need x and y. So for example, I'll show you in x, you will be having all those things scaled, right? I'll print x, I think it is scaled 1, it is there, so I can pass x. So I have to create 4 variables. X train, this will be the training part questions, x test, y train, the answers, and y test is equal to train underscore test underscore split. Here I have to pass x comma y will be the output. Whereas the y, it is scaled. Okay, so now y, then test size 0.2. Now I want to check the shape of it so that you can understand. Remember guys, x is the features or questions and y is the output or the answers. Okay, and training and testing part for training and testing. So I'm going to print all these things now. See here, xtrain dot shape. Dot shape will give us the shape, right? Xtest dot shape. Okay, comma, I'll do it here. The answers y train dot shape, comma y test dot shape. You don't, that teammate is not mandatory, you can do it alone or as a group. Okay, so regarding x train, see here I got 120 features. Okay, 120 rows with 4 columns as a feature. This is the questions. Okay, and we got an error here in y. Since we have encoded it in this manner, I'll pass it here. I'll take it from here again. Now I'll run this again, and see here I got 120 rows. This is the training part. Okay, the questions. Okay, 4 features. These are the questions and 120 answers, only 1 column. The y, only 1 column I am giving for training part, and this part is for testing. Okay, for testing I am giving 30 rows. Okay, 30 rows, 4 columns I'll give, but this answer I won't give to the machine. I'll be having it. I'll ask the machine to predict, and the 30 answers from the machine I'll compare with this 30 y test, and I'll give the score for it. Okay, so this is what the idea behind train test split is. So next will be algorithms. So based on the some task you are going to select, based on your problem you have to select which type it is, which in that, in supervised, if it is there is regression and classification, and in that many algorithms are there which will be suitable, or you can go and use one by one and check with the score which is high. Okay, and regarding how to choose the right machine learning algorithm, and these topics we'll see in tomorrow's class. Okay, how to select it, how to do accuracy calculation, and with that, okay, once we complete it, we'll do project in tomorrow's class, machine learning project. Okay, now we'll discuss about the assignment 3. I'll give you how to do it. I have it, I'll explain you step by step and run it. Okay, so I cannot give only one. Okay, so the thing is, this is common for everyone. Like, we have given some basic idea about Python, cannot cover it in this 20 days, right, entirely. And we have given some idea for how to use different libraries available. You can check the internet, you can see. Okay, you can try to what all available projects you can search based on Python, so how they are doing it, and with that you can get some idea how, like, I can try this, right, you can create some ideas on your own. So that's how the thing works. And regarding an actual project, we will be seeing the machine learning project tomorrow. You can do based on that also, you can find a new data set and you can do some predictions in that. So in this 5-day, okay, before this, you in this form you are going to fill, right? In that there is some known as abstract and you have to attach a file. That is nothing but you want to type that abstract. Abstract is like a short form, okay, it is the description what you are going to do. It will be in one page, okay, nearly half or one page. Convert it into a PDF and attach that, not the project code or source code. The project code submission you will be doing it after 10 days. That is different. But if you want to do that, if you want to submit your project, then you want to fill this form. So today we have circulated 3 links, okay. One will be attendance as usual, and then the third assignment link, and then the project registration link. The NM code is not mandatory. It is not mandatory. If you have, you can fill it. Otherwise, you can leave it empty. It is not, okay. It is not. It is only optional. Only it's not required mandatory. Okay. So we'll see. Can you see about assignment 3? Regarding the project, browse the internet, see what all the available Python projects. Go get the code, how they are doing. You can search in Kaggle. There are many things there. So regarding the assignment 3, which we have given is, you can use any data set you want, and the rule is it should take audio input from you, okay. It should take audio input and perform tasks like if you tell column names, it should tell you the column names. If you ask for null values, it should show that output. If you want to check the shape, it should tell. And if you want a glance, it can display the first few rows, okay. Regarding the members, I'll update you tomorrow's class. Okay, I'll discuss with my team and I'll let you know regarding how many members can form a group for project. So we'll see this. I have a project code. This assignment I'll open. So the first thing is you want to get our audio input, right? So for that I am using speech recognition as SR in short format. And once I import it, what I will be doing is I am loading pandas as PD, and this pyttsx3 is for which one? For the computer voice. I told it is not mandatory, but I'll show you that result also. This will be furthermore enhance the assignment, right? With this you can ask the computer to speak the output, okay. And using SR I am calling the recognizer, so this will be the source, okay. And I am storing the data set, I am opening it. I am giving the path for diabetes data set. And then I am creating a function in the name listen. So this is for taking my audio input. With sr.microphone, we already did this in Jarvis as source. I'll adjust for the ambient noise for just 0.5 seconds because I want to do it faster. I don't want to wait for it. I'll print listening. Whatever I am telling will be listened. Okay, I'll pass the source inside this listen. So with this, I am trying to convert this into text with Google underscore recognize underscore Google. Okay, it is English language. I am trying to convert it into text. If this is possible, it will do, or otherwise it will say as an exception. Say that again and it will close it. That's what the idea behind this one. So this is for taking my audio input and converting it into a text. This function is for speaking the output. So wherever I need the computer to speak the output to me, I am passing it here using the speak. I want to pass an argument text. So that will be given out as speak. I'm creating a main, okay, while this is true, I'll create a loop query. In this variable, I am passing this listen and I am converting it into lower. So listen will be the audio input from me, it will give text. And now this will be a text. If there is glance in this query, if I tell glance, okay, it will tell me yes sir. This peak will give me the audio output yes sir, and it is going to print the first 10 rows if I ask for a glance. If I ask for column names, it is going to tell the column names are, I am using a for loop. Using dataset.columns, you will be getting a list. How many column names are there? It is going to give you a list. And in this list, I am going to use a for loop to take one by one. I will print it and I will speak that. Which means one by one the column names will be pronounced to me. And then if I ask the shape, what is shape? If I ask for the shape, dataset.shape, it is going to give me a tuple. So what is a tuple? Inside parenthesis, right? So this tuple, it will be in the 0th index it will be the number of rows, and in first index it will be the number of columns. So I am speaking this dataset consists of rows and this first index will be columns. So I am passing it, I am printing it and I am saying it using speak. And if I ask for null values, it is going to check and give me the output. If I told close, it is going to break the while loop. Something else, it is going to pass it. So that's what this is behind. So let me run it. Yes, you can absolutely do individual project. I hope it is already in that registration link. Okay, you see, like if any, it is given in the bracket, right? If you want to do it as a group, you can do it. Otherwise, you can do it individually. No issue. Null values.
Yes, sir.
Glance. Give me a glance of the dataset.
Yes, sir.
What are the number of rows? Sorry, we haven't given that, right? Column names. Column names.
The column names are pregnancies, glucose, blood pressure, skin thickness, insulin, BMI, diabetes pedigree function, age, outcome.
What are the other things we have given? Shape. Okay, I'll ask for the shape.
This dataset consists of 768 rows and 9 columns.
Okay, it has recognized the shape already. Shape. So it is giving me the output. It contains how many rows and columns. Okay. Shape of the dataset.
This dataset consists of 768 rows and 9 columns.
So, close. So that's it, guys. This loop ended. This is what the third assignment is. Please complete and update it today. So for those who are having pending, I'll update it. Okay, I'll approve them now by tonight. Okay. So any other doubt, or can we wind up today's session? Okay, in your Python IDE, how to install the library? So that's what your question is, right? You go with file and click this open, or find, you have to find where your Python is installed in your system. You have to know the path. So for that you can go with file and open. Okay, so this will open. This is where my Python is loaded. See here, I am having this Python programming file which is inside this. So here we are having many folders, right? If you want to install here, you can go into the scripts, and in this you can, okay, you will be inside the script. Please note down, inside the script you can go and click this path. It will select like this. Please type cmd, which will open command prompt. cmd. Okay, so this is the place where you can install library. Pip install pandas, for example. See here, it is already telling me requirement already satisfied. Got it? How to install? Once you install it here, you can use it. In Python IDE, you have to open the path where your thing is there. Okay, where your Python is there. Go into the scripts folder. select this one, the path, and type cmd. So it should be cmd alone, and click enter. In this folder it will open the command prompt. Okay, so here you can type and install. It can be in the PDF format, abstract. You can upload it in PDF file, okay, as a PDF file. Sorry, this project is only applicable for Tamil Nadu students from college belonging, okay. Colleges from Tamil Nadu and their students are only applicable. Only students, not working profession or staffs. You can search for what are the Python projects available. There are many vast fields there. You can select. Okay, once you go see and these things, you will be having some idea. It's NumPy, not NUMPY. You're having a spelling mistake. If you want to download some library, you don't know how to download it, you can type with pip in browser. You can type pip and the library name. It is going to give you the PYPA link. Once you go inside, you can find it, the proper one. And please make sure you are updating it in this by this week. By Friday, you have to fill that registration form. So that's it, guys. Thank you. We'll see you in tomorrow's class.